In 1830s Maharashtra, the social order was rigid. Women were denied formal education, personal agency, and a public voice, as the entire infrastructure of society relied on their total dependence. We see this reality reflected in the faces of young girls from the era. At 9 years old, Savitribai was married to a 13-year-old named Jyotirao, moving directly from childhood into the expectations of marriage. After relocating to Pune, a chance encounter changed her path. A Christian missionary gave the young girl a single book. Though she couldn't yet read, the gift sparked an intense curiosity. Jyotirao recognized this eagerness and began secretly teaching his wife how to read and write. In this context, a girl holding a piece of chalk was a provocation. The conservative establishment viewed female literacy as a direct threat to their control. A child tracing letters in the dim light was the first fracture in the existing social order. Savitribai soon moved beyond basic literacy, completing teacher training in Pune and Ahmednagar, and qualifying as a professional educator in 1847. In 1848, she and Jyotirao opened India's first school for girls, placing Savitribai in the public eye as the country's first female teacher. The retaliation was immediate. On her daily walk to the classroom, conservative mobs surrounded her, hurling rocks, mud, and cow dung to drive her back into submission. She responded with a simple, tactical defense. She carried a spare sari in her bag, endured the assault, changed her clothes at the school, and began her lessons. This chart highlights the results of her endurance. By 1851, the Phules operated 3 schools with over 150 students. As the data shows, their enrollment and performance surged past the government-run institutions for boys. These results were undeniable. In 1852, the British government officially declared her the best teacher in the state. Her classrooms proved that marginalized girls were highly capable when they were finally given the opportunity to learn. Education alone could not protect adult women who were being physically discarded or abused by their families. Savitribai expanded her work into physical sanctuary, opening an 1854 shelter to house destitute widows and child brides. She deepened this protection in 1863 by establishing a care facility to prevent infanticide and provide refuge for pregnant widows and victims of assault. At the time, custom forced widows to have their heads shaved, a ritual designed to strip them of their dignity. To fight this, Savitribai organized collective action. She coordinated a widespread strike among barbers in Mumbai and Pune, cutting off the labor required to carry out the practice. These campaigns transformed her work from classroom instruction into large-scale political action, using organized labor to disrupt the social systems that kept women vulnerable. In 1890, her lifelong partner and co-conspirator, Jyotirao, passed away. Though religious custom dictated that only men could perform last rites, Savitribai stepped forward and personally lit his funeral pyre. Following his death, she assumed leadership of the Truth Seeker Society, maintaining control over the movement to end caste and gender discrimination. In 1897, a devastating outbreak of the bubonic plague began spreading through Maharashtra. While many fled the city, the 66-year-old Savitribai opened a clinic in Pune, working directly in wards filled with infected patients. During the outbreak, she physically carried an infected 10-year-old boy to the clinic. In the process, she contracted the disease herself. Savitribai Phule died on March 10, 1897. She died as she had lived, in the physical defense of those society had marginalized. Savitribai's career provided the first practical framework for Indian feminism, demonstrating that equality is a birthright that must be actively defended.